In 2010, a friend of mine approached me to do a digital newspaper in the city of Milford. Really, when we came down, we sat at the table and we discussed it. We came up with two very good reasons why we wanted to start the company Milford Live. The first was because at the time in 2010, many of our residents were online. They were getting their statewide news, they were getting their national news, but they weren't given an outlet for our local news and information about our community, what was going on, about our local schools, our local businesses, and we really wanted to be an outlet for that. The second reason was we saw that a lot of the local newspapers at the time in 2010 had headlines that really weren't reflecting who our community was. Police reports, a lot of fire, and yes, we do cover police and fire, but we know that 99% of our community is doing great things. Now we had to put it into practice. We had to create a weekly newspaper, draw out of the community the things that were going on and what people wanted to read. I think we started with 100 emails on our list, and now in our 10th year, we have over 20,000 individuals that log on every week to read our weekly review, or go onto our Facebook page, or go to our website. We want to show that we are an exciting community, that we are innovative, that we are fun, and we really want to highlight all of the great things that our local schools are doing, that our local nonprofits, and that our local residents and neighbors are doing as well. And we want to highlight that on our front page, on our website, on social media, because that's who Milford is. My favorite part about the business is that I, as a reporter, I still go out and interview people. I get to be in contact with people that live a different life than me. I get to see all walks of life. I get to talk to people about their business. I get to talk about their community, their friends, their relationships. It really has changed me as a person in talking about things about our community and how we can make it better.
10 years ago, Brian came to me and said, hey, we've got a new newspaper that's getting started. We're going to be able to drop this newspaper on Tuesday to everybody. It's going to be the latest and the greatest thing, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful news event for the Milford and surrounding communities. I signed up right away. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. We needed that refreshing boost in the Milford market, and right away it was successful. And it's really been good for the people in the community to know what Southern States Milford Cooperative is all about and what sales that we have each day. It's really interesting looking back in Milford's past. I happened to be in possession of a 1906 newspaper from Milford. And back in those days, it had a very thick newspaper with all the news happenings in Milford. It had all the businesses listed. So if you really wanted to know what was going on in the Milford community back at that time, you just picked up a newspaper and there it was. This is the same thing, but it's electronic. We really thank Milford Live for all they've done in the past 10 years, and I'm sure the next 10 years will be equally as exciting.
I am passionate about history. There's no doubt at all that the museum is very important to me. I am a commissioner of the museum. The favorite things I like to write about are anything that have history involved in them, about houses, about people, about things that have happened in the past. I like to tie in the present with the past if possible. I have a mission to make history fun for people. I want them to enjoy history. Those are my favorite things to write about, but I actually like writing almost anything for Milford Live. I enjoy going to council meetings and seeing the inner workings of government. I enjoy going to events and talking to people and seeing why they're coming to these events. I love to talk to new businesses who come here and ask them why they came here. I grew up in Milford. I was raised here. When I was 14, I moved and came back because this was always home to me. I think of Milford as my hometown, and will always think of Milford as my hometown. I love the fact that I help get information out to people when they want to know what's going on here.
I've been writing for Milford Live for about 8 years now, covering primarily high school sports. It's really been a privilege. It's a great community. The thrill of being on the sidelines on a Friday night like we are tonight is unmatched. And what's most important about Milford Athletics, the high school, is the education aspect of it. Every sport I see, all the players I get to meet, all the coaches I get to meet, all the way along the line, every step of the way, it's been about providing a positive influence on the players, on the children, on the students. It's fun to watch them come in as freshmen not knowing anything and watch them leave. Some go to major colleges, some go on to coach at other high schools or even this high school here. The thing about this community I think that's special is very inclusive. You look at the teams and the players, and everyone seems a part of it. No one seems an outsider. That's really what draws me to Milford High School sports. It's what draws me to the coaches and the players. Anyone that thinks that the coaches have it easy or are making a lot of money just don't understand what this is about. The time and effort they spend working and creating and molding young men and women are really what Milford High School sports is all about. That's why it's really been a privilege to be along for the ride.
So most people know me as the face of downtown Milford. I've been involved for over 9 years, but what you might not know is that I actually also design the Milford Review every week. So when Terry and Kevin and Brian write for the paper, I design and make it all pretty for you to be able to read. I'm a Milford High graduate, class 2004, and I was the editor of the Jolly Roger, the student newspaper for 2 years, and then the editor of my college paper. So as a communications major, being able to come back to the city of Milford and put my education to use for a small newspaper right here in my city is very humbling, and it's a wonderful experience. And as you can see from my shirt, I'm very passionate about downtown, our events, our community, our small merchants, the river walk, everything that makes downtown Milford a fun place to be. It's always been my personal mantra to make Milford the best place to live, work, and play, and to be able to design Milford Live once a week and see that actually in action is very humbling and a very cool experience.
On the surface, Milford Live is a news company that reports on local news and information. What we really wanted to do is inspire others to connect with their community, to do great things, and to strive for doing something more than just themselves. Milford Live, let us tell your story.